record it. If you don't have any questions, you can mute. Okay. Same has been recorded in the video recordings. Okay. Right. Fine. Right. Okay. One single PFS page will store the information of 8,000 pages. In 8,000 pages, how much free space is there will be tracked by a single PFS page. If you have more than 8,000 pages in your database, you will have one more PFS page. Okay. Like that, it is going to allocate. GAM, what it will do? Can anyone tell me? Okay. I'm sorry. So, can anyone tell me what GAM will do? We have discussed it, right?
It will on which extent data will be stored.
In which
Will be
extent
stored.
data will be stored? GAM page.
Which extent is free or which extent
Very
is
good, very good,
allocated?
excellent. Okay, what SGAM page will do?
It will track all the mixed extent information.
Very good. Okay, right. What BCM page will do? BCM, bulk changed map.
Tracks
It
all
will
the modified information.
Track all the extents
That are
modified by
modified
the
by bulk
bulk
operations.
operations. Very good. What IAM page will do?
Store all the
It will
pages
track the information.
information.
Yeah, everything is track information only. What kind of information it will track?
Employee or any information.
No, 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 no. Like
From the other
that
SQL
is
server data.
that is different. Okay. So yes, IAM page will track the information. I just gave you employee information as an
Extents.
example. Okay, so IAM page will store all the extents that are associated with a single object. Okay, IAM page will store all the extents that are associated with the single object. For that single object only, I gave employee example. Okay, right. So in the entries and all, don't tell employee information and all. Okay, so that is different. So IAM page will track all the extents that are associated with a single object, right? Fine. And what DCM page will do?
It will track the changes that have made to the extents by full backup.
Please, can you repeat it again?
Whatever changes have made with the full backup, it will track those changes.
Right. And any other definition? Can anyone tell me any other definition for that? What DCM page will track?
Will track the after full backup whatever the data has been changed.
Very good, very good. Okay. So full backup will never change the data. Full backup will simply take the backup. That's it. Okay. So don't misunderstood this concept. Okay. It will not track the changes done by the full backup. No, full backup will never done any changes. Okay. It will simply take the backup. That's it. It will take the backup of the changes that has been done since the last full backup. Since the last full backup. Okay. Since the last full backup, it will track the extents that has been changed since the last full backup. So that is all about your DCM page. Right. GAM page will store whatever extent is, which extent is free, which extent is allocated, right? So one single GAM page will track 64,000 extents information. One single GAM page will track 64,000 extents. In 64,000 extents, which extent is free, which extent is allocated will be tracked by a single GAM page. If your data file is having more than 64,000 extents or 4 GB, more than 4 GB. If your data file size is more than 4 GB, one more GAM page will be there. Got it? Same will be followed by the SGAM page also. SGAM page also will track the mixed extents information for every 64,000 extents. Means for every 64,000 extents or for every 4 GB, one SGAM page will be there. If your data file size is more than 4 GB, one more SGAM page will come. Okay, right? So this is all about your pages. Okay, right. So we'll discuss about the boot page. Okay, we'll discuss about the boot page. Then tomorrow I'll show you. We have discussed a lot of things, right? Then you will have some like enthusiasm how a page look like, how a page internally, how it will look like and all. Tomorrow I'll open a page. Okay, not this diagram. Okay, this is just for illustration. Tomorrow I'll open a real data page. I'll show you how the data is going to be organized in that page. Okay, or else if possible today only I'll discuss. Okay. Right. Once we just completed this, then we'll go for a log file architecture. Data file architecture, we will complete it. Then we'll go for a data file architecture we have completed. Then we'll go for a log file architecture in the next class, tomorrow's class. Right. Let me discuss about the boot page. Boot page is very important page. Boot page is very important page. It is a special page. It will exist only once per database. Boot page is also one kind of system page only. This GAM page, SGAM page, PFS page, these and all will exist as per the size of the data file. But boot page for single database, for a database, only one boot page will exist. Okay, what it will store? Simply the database version. Okay, it will again we have SQL Server version is there, right? We have database version also. Where I can see the database version, let me show you this one. Okay, where is that my SQL Server? If you go to the SQL Server here, yes, this MS. Right, let me connect to the SQL Server. So where I can see the database version, okay. If you run sp underscore help db, okay, then you can see all the database names, who created the database, when it was created, okay, everything you can see, and the database version, and whether the database is online or offline or single user mode or emergency mode or suspect mode, okay, everything will be tracked by the sp underscore help db. But again, help db will only track the database that are online. If the databases are restoring mode or offline, this will not be tracked by the sp underscore help db. Right, if you see here, if you want to see the version of this database, see here, employee is the database, fruits is one more database, master, model, msdb and tempdb are the system databases, and you see new db2 and sales db. If you just expand this status column, okay, if you go here, you will get a symbol like this. Okay, normally you can see a cursor. If you just put the at the end of the column, you will get a symbol like this. Double click on it, it will expand. You can see the information about the database. The database is online or not. What is the status? Read, write, read only, you can see here. Whether the database single user or multi-user. And the recovery model is full. If you see here version of the database 706, your SQL Server version is different, your database version will be different. Means the databases that belongs to your SQL Server 2012, 11.0 means SQL Server 2012, right? The databases that are belongs to your SQL Server 2012, the version will be 706. There will be no different versions for the database. 706, 706, 706, 706, 706, 706. So for all the databases that belongs to an instance will have one version. Okay, so tomorrow assignment is, what is the version of a database of SQL Server 2017? You can complete it now also, not an issue. Okay, just let me know the version of SQL Server 2017 databases. What will be the version of the SQL Server 2017 database? And you can see the collation settings as well. So this information, the version information, the database name information, the metadata information will be stored in the boot page. Okay, boot page is one special page that exists only once per database. It will exist in the MDF file, of course, you know, right? All the pages will exist in the MDF file only. Ninth page of file one in the, what is meant by this file one? Can anyone tell me what is this file one? What is meant by file one? Let me go to the SQL Server. This is master database, right? Let me run this query. Select star from sys.files. Sys.files. files. Okay, let me run this query. So if you execute it or select sys.sys files, okay, sys.sys files, right? If you execute it, you can see all the files that are associated with the master database, right? If you want to see, you can see like this. Go to master database and go to the properties. You can see files page, right? Go to properties of this master database. There, if you go to the files page, sorry, if you go to the files page, you can see there are two files here, okay, mdf file and ldf file. The same thing can be shown in the sys.sys files. Using sys.sys files, you can see here, right? This is your file id 1 and this is your file id 2. Now tell me, what is file 1 or file id 1?
Master database is file ID.
What is a
ID
file
is
id 1?
file ID.
File id 1 means which file?
MDF file.
Master
Very
database.
good, very good. Someone told mdf file, okay.
MDF file.
MDF file. The answer is MDF file. Okay. Now I am just showing for master DB. Okay. If you go to any database, same thing will be there. Okay. Every database file ID 1 means MDF file. File ID 2 means log file. Means file 1 means what?
Master.
File 1 means MDF file. Don't tell
MDF
master.
file.
Okay. Master MDF file. MDF file is different. Master is different. Master is only a database. For every database, you will have MDF file. Okay. Don't confuse. Okay. Fine. So, right. So ninth page of file 1 in the primary file group, your MDF file is a part of primary file group, right? So ninth page of file 1 means here MDF file, file ID 1. Ninth page of file ID 1 is a boot page. It belongs to page type 13. Boot page contains what and all information will be stored by the boot page: internal database version, compatibility level, database name, last log backup, and last run check DB information will be stored in the boot page. Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. So your boot page contains what and all information? The database name. Okay. Database name and the version of the database. Here you can see the version, right? 706 version, and the version of the database, and the compatibility of the level of the database. Okay. And the compatibility level of the database, and last log backup, when you took the last log backup, and last when you run the last run check DB information. Check DB means simply it will check the consistency errors and allocation errors on a database. Okay, you can run check DB manually. DBCC check DB is the query. Okay, DBCC check DB is the query. DBCC check DB is the query. Okay, if you just simply run it, it will run on fruits database. Okay, on whatever database you want to run DBCC check DB, it will simply tell you, okay, I'll show you the output. Okay, it will run on each data on the fruits database, and it will tell you whether, see here, DBCC results for the fruits. Okay, and it will analyze the data, and it will tell you whether any consistency errors and logical errors and allocation errors are there by using this DBCC. So how to find that logical errors, consistency errors and all? If you go at the end of the output, you can see CheckDB found 0 allocation errors and 0 consistency errors. Means in this database there is no errors. So in the organization, there is a common practice. Will every weekend we are going to run DBCC CheckDB on each and every database, big or small, every database we are going to run DBCC CheckDB. Okay, so it will tell you whether any errors are there in the database by using the DBCC CheckDB. So when you run the last run CheckDB, information also will be stored inside the boot page. Remember, this is very important page. If any of the page is corrupted, earlier we have GAM page, SCAM page, PFS page, data page, index page, IAM page. If any of the page is corrupted, you can recover it. But if the boot page is corrupted, you cannot recover. If the boot page, once the boot page is corrupted, you cannot recover the database. Again, you have to restore a new database. Okay. If other pages has been corrupted, you can simply restore the specific page. But whereas if boot page is corrupted, you cannot recover it. You have to simply restore your old database. Got it? So this is all about your boot page, very special page. It will exist only once per database. It will store the metadata information of a database like database name, database version, CheckDB, last run CheckDB, last run log backup, and compatibility level of the database will be stored inside the boot page. If that boot page is corrupted, you have to restore the new database. Clear? Any issues, any doubts? So we'll discuss about these two queries today and we'll end the session for today. Okay. So we have discussed a lot of things, GAM page, SGAM page, IAM page, PFS page, BCM, DCM, and we have discussed about the page internal architecture, page header, right? And the row offset and all. So I have to show you the proof, right? Where is the proof for that? So there is a proof for that, right? So let me run this query. I am trying to open a page. I am trying to open a page. Now let me go to any of the SQL server and let me check any tables are there in the employee. We have table, right? Right. We have an employee table. Okay. Select star from employee dot dbo dot employee again. Okay, so I'm running this query. Let me check how many records are there. Oh, 1 lakh records are there, right? Earlier we have inserted 1 lakh records. It will execute. Yeah, and you can see 1 lakh 8,000 rows, 1 lakh 8 rows. And I want to show you small table. Let me check any small table. Is there fruits tables? No table is there. And a new database. I guess we don't have any tables here. Right, sales. Right. Okay, fine. No issues. We have 1 lakh 8 records are there in this table. Okay, which took 3 seconds to execute here. Right. Now what I want to see, I will open a physical phase of this employee table. Physical phase of this employee table, right? How to open? First, if I want to open any page, I have to know the page number, right? Without knowing page number, which page I have to open? I don't know, right? It will be very difficult, right? So what I will do, first I'll find out the page numbers of this employee table. How to find out the page numbers? We have a query for that, dbcc ind query. Okay, dbcc ind. Okay, and which page you want to open? Employee database, employee table page, right? So database name you have to provide. Which table name you have to provide. -1 means display option, means you want a detailed display or normal display, or okay, you have three options. So -1 2 3. Okay, if you give -1 you will get a detailed information. If you just give 2 you will get normal information. If you give 3 you will get again some basic information, like that you will get. Now I'll try to find out the pages that are associated with this employee table. Okay, dbcc ind brackets. What do I have to give? First I have to give employee database name. Okay, employee is the database. Sir, ఒక 5 minutes లేదంటే పైకి వెళ్ళి చూస్తారా? నేను వస్తాను, ఒక 2 minutes లో వస్తాను. ఓకేనా? ఓకే ఓకే, జస్ట్ 2 minutes అండి, జస్ట్ 2 minutes. Right, okay. So I want to open a page, all the pages that are associated with the employee table. Okay, so what I have to give here? employee database name, comma, and what is the other information I have to provide? Table name, again employee, all right, very good. Again employee, comma, display option, right? -1, -2, -3 like that. Right, I am running this query now, right? Just execute it. See how many pages? The 1,08,000 records has been stored in the 403 pages. The 1,08,000 records has been stored in the 403 pages, right? Means on each page how many records? 1,08,000 divided by 403 pages. On each page on an average 248 records it's stored. On each page on an average 248 records it's stored, okay? Right, if you see here, page FID. FID means file ID. Why it is showing 1 here? Can anyone tell me? It is showing 1 here. Why it is showing 1 here?
Because it is
That
MDF
is
file.
MD.
Very good, excellent. Okay, because it is a MDF file. MDF file ID is 1, right? So that's why all these pages has been stored inside a MDF file. That's why page file ID is 1. And page PID. PID means page ID. Each page will have a page ID, like how we have our if you go to the college or school, you have your roll numbers, right? By using your roll numbers, we can identify, right? So in the same way, every object will have ID in the SQL server. Page will have page ID, file will have file ID, database will have database ID, object will have object ID. Okay, we can easily identify using those IDs, right? So IAM file ID means your IAM page is stored in the MDF file. Again, it is saying IAM page is stored in the MDF file. And your IAM page is, see here, the first page is your IAM page. What IAM page will store? It will store all the pages that has been associated with a single object, right? So here if you see IAM page ID is 229. Okay, if you see here IAM page ID is 229. Right. And object ID. This is my employee ID. Employee object will have object ID, right? And object ID. Right. And if you see here, page type 10 means your IAM page, and page type 1 is your data page. If you see all pages, it is showing 1 only, means 1 means your data page. Right. Now, other than this 229, 229 is your index page, IAM page, right? If you see here, we have different pages, 228, 274. These are all data pages. So if I want to show you the data, I have to open any data page, right? So these are the data pages. So if I want to open this page, I can either open 1 minute. Sorry, I'm sorry, 1 minute. Hello. Right. Okay. All your pages. See, for example, let me run this select query again. Where is the select query? Okay, let me run the query again. Select star from employee, right? Control C. I'll run in a separate query window. Control V, right? So if you see here records Amani, Anil, Madhavi, Rajesh, Ritesh, Mani, Saujanya, these are our batch students, right? So these records has been stored inside a single page, right? So those will be stored either 228 page, 274 page, 275 page, 276 page, like that it is going to store. Right, now I'll open one page, either 228 or 274 or 275. I'll show you the records. Okay, how to open a page? There is a command, separate command, dbcc page command for that. Okay, and right, so if you see here, the command is dbcc page. Okay, the command is dbcc page. You have to give the database name first, and you have to give the file id. File id usually MDF file, though it will be one only. And which page you want to open, page id, and again display options. So let me open this one. To run this second query, you have to turn on one trace flag, that is dbcc trace on 3604. So first you have to turn on the trace flag. Control V. Oh, sorry, you cannot control, right? So dbcc trace on 3604. First you have to enable the setting by using this dbcc command. Then you can run this dbcc page command. Dbcc page, database name is employee, comma, file id is 1, comma, which page you want to open? 278. 279 is IAM page, nothing will be there. I want to open a data page and the display option is 1. Okay, now let me open this one. Don't worry about it. Okay, not an issue, not at all an issue. Okay, right. So this is all about your complete page. Okay, page 1 is to 278 means what? Page 1 is to 278 means what? 1 means what?
One is file ID,
Yeah.
File
278
ID
is page
means
ID.
File ID.
yeah, in the MDF file 278 page. Okay, in the MDF file 278
Page
page,
ID.
I just opened. Okay, Control Z. Right. So if you go down. So as per this architecture, every page should have page header and rows records and row offset, right? This is one page, right? So let me go down. I'll show you. Okay, I'll show you the page header. See here, page header, right? Page header. And if you go down in the page header, metadata information will be stored, right? Right. Page ID 1 is to 278. Header version 1. And okay, if you see here, go down. If you see here, go down. Allocation status. GAM 1 is to 2 means what? 1 is to 2. 1 is to 2 means what? Simply first file, second page. That's it. Here 1 is to 278 means first file 278 page, right? First file means MDF file 278 page. In the same way, in the MDF file, your GAM page is second page. Okay, we have already discussed this point. In every page, page 2 is the, in every database, page 2 is the GAM page. Okay, so 1 is to 2 means first file, second page. Page 3 is the SCAM page. Page 6 is the DCM page. Page 7 is the BCM page. Right, if you see here, 1 is to 2, that is GAM page. Sorry, 1 is to 3, that is SCAM page, which is not allocated. And PFS page 1 is to 1. Okay, in every phase, in every file, MDF file, the first page is PFS page. Okay, if you see here, the first page is PFS page. So 1 is to 1 means this one is your data file, MDF file, and this one is your page ID. Okay, 1 is to 1 means, okay, first file, first page, which is your PFS page. And if you see here, mixed extent allocated, we have already discussed, right? This is your mixed extent allocated. And the PFS page, what it will do, it will tell you how much free space is there, right? Actually there is no free space. See here, 100 PCT full means 100% full. This page is completely 100% full. And in every file, MDF file, first file, sixth page is differential page, and it will track whether it is changed or not. Okay, it was changed. And ML means minimally logging or BCM page. Okay, minimally logged or not minimally logged. Actually this page hasn't been modified using BCM operation, so that's why it is showing not minimally logged. That is also not an issue. If you go here, this is data portion. Okay, go down. Slot 0, first record. Okay, what is the first record? Slot 0 means first record. See here, Mahesh, 1 minute. Okay, so it will show you our records only. Mahesh. All the Mahesh records it is showing. We have any records, Mahesh. Okay, I guess we have run one last query, right? Yeah, this is the Mahesh. Okay, all the records will be named with the name of Mahesh only. Okay, so that's why you can see all the records it is showing as a Mahesh. Okay, all the records it is showing as Mahesh. But for our records it will be very difficult to find. Let me check the first page in this. What is the minimum page? Let me check. I'll open that minimum page. So I want to show you all the records. Okay, what is the minimum page here? 228, 278, 288, 300. Let me try. 300, 400. If we open the first page, then you can see all the different records and all. But again, it is its own mechanism. Don't know how it is going to store and all. Okay, no issues. 228, right? We open two. Okay, 278, right? We open. Right. We'll do one thing. We'll open 228. Okay, 228 is the first page, right? Let me open this one. Now you can see all the records. Okay, same page. Everything is same. Go down. If you go to slots, then you can see. Okay. Yes. Here you can see. What is our first record? Amani, right? Amani. Okay. If you see here, the record is Amani. Okay. And this is first record. If you go down, what is the second record? Anil, right? Anil, Madhavi, Rajesh, Ritesh, Mani. Okay, we'll go down. If you see, this is slot 1. Go down. Okay, see here, Anil. Okay, and if you see the records, you can see here the values and all. And if you see Madhavi, okay, this is the Madhavi record, how it was physically stored. And this is Rajesh. Okay, next record. Okay, slot 3. Okay, and if you go down, slot 4 will be Mani, I guess. Ritesh. Then Mani, then your Saujanya, then Amani again, okay, Mahesh, okay, so Mahesh, then all the records are Mahesh only, okay, so in this way you can see the records. So almost all 243 records will be there, okay, right. And if you go down last 247, 248, right, if you go down, I'll show you, this is row offset which we have already discussed. Means it will store the address of each record. Okay, 248 address is this one. Means if you see here 0xf8, okay, if you go up, if you see here 248, okay, 248, see here 0xf8, 247, right? Yeah, this is your 248 record. Where is the address? 0xf8 offset is 0x1c76, 248 slot 48, yeah, 10x1676. Okay, so it will store the address of each record in a row offset table. Okay, this is all the 248 records row offset tables. In this way, the table look likes. Okay, as per we have already discussed, right? Table architecture. Sorry, page internal architecture, page header we have discussed, data rows, and these are your row offset. So in the same way, what we have discussed, this is how physically it will associate. But don't run this command, page command in the organization. Okay, this is an internal command, undocumented command. It is just to show you how the records are going to be associated. That's it. Don't run this command in the organization. Sometimes your pages and all will be corrupted. If you run it, Microsoft will not give any support. For undocumented support, for undocumented commands, Microsoft will not give any support. Right? We have warranty card. If you just remove that warranty card and all, warranty tag will be there. If you remove that warranty tag, your product is not covered under warranty, right? In the same way, if you run these unsupported documents, undocumented commands in the SQL server, your Microsoft won't give the support. Okay, very difficult thing. So just to show you, I just run this dbcc page command in the organization. Nothing, no need to run this actually. Just to show you, that's it. I just open the page. Okay, nothing to run and no need to run these commands in the organization. Fine, everything is clear. Any issues, any doubts? That's it for today. Okay, if you have any doubts, I know a little bit lengthy topic and tricky topic. Okay, don't worry about it, just go through the recordings again. Okay, if you have any issues, any doubts, just update me. In the next class we'll discuss about log file architecture. We have completed data file architecture, the complete hierarchy is completed. Okay, this is the hierarchy, right? Database, file groups, data files, extents, pages we have discussed. Next is log file architecture. Okay, this is the log file. We are going to discuss about the log file. Internally will be divided into VLFs, virtual log files. Every VLF again divided into log blocks. Every log blocks will have log records. Okay, we'll discuss about this tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll start the patching classes. Okay, right? Any issues, any doubts, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm okay to close the session. If you have any questions, you can ask me, or else Vasu, new people, Vasu, Anil,
Yes, sir.
Rajesh. Yeah, how is the things going on? Everything is clear? Any doubts?
No, sir. Clear.
Okay, Anil, Rajesh, is it
Yeah,
fine?
clear. Yeah, clear.
Okay, okay, fine. Then fine, okay. So that's it for today. And I gave you one assignment, right, for tomorrow. Just find out the version of 2017 database. I guess already people worked on it. Okay. Anyone tried version of 2017 database? Okay. So if you don't try, just let me know the version of the databases of 2017 database. Okay, 2017 version.
1.4.
one
14. 14.
14.
For 2017.
Uh-huh. I am not asking SQL Server version. Okay, database version of 2017.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Database version.
So for 2012 it is 706, right? Wait to see the database version. Just run the expand score help DB. Then you can see expand this column. You can see here database version. Okay. If you see here version 706. So the database version is different. SQL Server version is different. Okay. I need the
Okay,
database version of SQL Server 2017. Okay. That is the
okay,
question. Right.
okay.
Fine.
868, sir.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. Excellent. Okay. Fine. Good. Good. Right. 868 is the database version. Okay. So very good. You have completed the assignment. And one more pending assignment is there. Can we create a database without .mdf, .ldf? Okay. The same assignment will be carry forward for tomorrow. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I'll close the session for today. Okay. Right. Okay. I'm closing the session. Okay. Thank you all. We'll meet the same time tomorrow. Okay. 7:30 a.m. Okay. Bye. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye, sir.
Bye.